everybody, welcome. Pam at the Paper Outpost here. You want to learn the power of a tuck. Such a simple thing in junk journal making, but it can be so powerful and you can use it so many different ways. And there are certain advantages to using tucks over pockets. So I want to just give you a broad overall view of tucks, the joy of tucks. Basically, here we go. I've gone ahead and I've pre-marked some tucks in here, and I've tucked some little pieces of ephemera and interesting papers in there so you can kind of get a feel as to how the tuck can present your whatever it is that you want to tuck in there, and also how it can be freeing. All right, so let's take a look. Some of these you have seen before, but since this is a review of the page list ideas that I have, I really want to go deep into tucks because they're so versatile and so valuable. Here is one example of a tuck. This is a tuck basically has two sides glued, okay? Jargon and language is very fluid through the junk journal community, but I call a tuck anything that has two sides glued, a pocket that has something that's three sides glued. So a tuck will allow you more space to tuck in things. So I can put this big, beautiful, old Treasurer of Adams County from 1862 piece of paper in here without folding it, and I can tuck it right in there, and that just makes it very easy for me to do that. You can also fold things, but if you want to leave something as it is without causing a crease, you can present little bits of beauty to your people in this manner, okay? And let's carry on. Some of these are going to be very basic, and some are a little bit more intricate as we go through. Here's one that we made together, and this is a more of an intricate, it's two side tucks. They are only glued here. They are held together by the corset string in the center and making it essentially a belly band. But this is how you can, one example of how you can level up or decorate more intricately two plain side tucks. It also gives a little bit more security as well. But you'll find that a lot of things will stay in place, and if they don't stay in place, you can always paper clip them in place, and that will help. But I just wanted you to see different ways you can play with tucks, and it's a great thing to take one idea and put it through your junk journal multiple times in different signatures or different sections of your junk journal, presenting it in different ways, same concept, but it helps you fill up your junk journal quite quickly, and it can be a lot of fun. Now I'm using book page. You can use anything to make tucks. You can make tucks out of scrapbook paper, you can make them out of Rolodex cards, you can make them out of playing cards, you can make them out of digikits. You are never limited from what you can make a tuck from. Envelopes, they make really cute tucks. Like, look at, wouldn't that be cute? It would look a little envelope tuck right there. Choon, choon, tucking something in there, and maybe even a little pocket inside here. So you have a lot of options when it comes to tucks. And here is the kitty corner tucks, the opposite corners tucks. So the tuck is glued here and here, the tuck is glued here and here, and a pretty little, this is a greeting card, is placed in the center. You can amp it up by putting something underneath the greeting card. You can also decorate your tucks more. I'm just showing you basic tuck positioning to give you some options. Okie dokie, isn't this fun? All right. Here's now the upper tuck. Same idea as the lower tuck, but you can easily tucks glued here. This is a digikit from Wildflowers of Britain, I think. And I tucked this little stuffed envelope. I took this envelope from 1952 and I just put some fun things in it. And you can put anything in your envelopes that you want. I put some stamps, some stickers, a pretty little picture, a very cool, I think they're German bird cards. Here's how to make a blue Hawaii drink. And here's an interesting page from a vintage book, which just has some fun reading on it. Replace dark shade and shade linings with light and transparent ones. This is how to lower your bills for gas and electric. Okay, there you go. You have to turn on more lights if you have all dark shade, right? Okay, so these are good little tidbits to pass along to our chillin'. Okay, so you can stuff something and tuck it in a tuck. I'm going to turn this one upside down so you can see the pretty blue stamps. There we go. All right, so moving along in Tuckland. here we go. We made this one together. Now this was fun. I just took some semicircles or half circles. I have a big, I think it's a 3-inch circle punch. And then I just cut the circles in half and I made these little corner tucks. They almost look like corner protectors. And then I just took a piece of copy paper and put some pretty gold rubber stamping on it. And it sets off there very nicely. So those are some options that you can do. This is a pretty way to do some kitty corner tucks. It's not easy to say. Okay. All right, so here is a tiny upper tuck. This is made with a small digi-kit. And in here I just tucked in a handwritten letter, and I thought that would be fun for somebody to explore. Okay. And here is a mini side tuck. So tiny pictures glued here, just actually, I guess technically I have gone into a tuck can also be only glued on one side. So when I said 2 sides, those were for the corners. One side could be side tucks, upper tucks, or lower tucks. Probably there's other varieties in there. I was just rolling with it, you know what I mean? This is kind of a cool advertisement for an automatic harp that apparently the Oddfellow ship realized the imminent need of a harp for David that could be played automatically and without any previous knowledge whatever of music on the part of the operator. After months of patient effort, well, they created this and they patent applied for, and price $8.50 down to $5. Okay, that's pretty amazing. I thought that was kind of cool, so that's going to live here. And now, just notice here that you can take a bigger piece of ephemera and easily, let me just shrink it down a little bit so you can see. You can easily tuck it into these 2 little baby side tucks. And if you don't mind things popping out the top of your journal, which I kind of like that look, it's not a problem. If you don't like that, you can fold it and have the whole thing be concealed by your book. Okay. And now for our next one. Okay, this one we made together. This was another option of the side tuck, created just by gluing the circles down to this edge of the page and then running a ribbon along. And I just did some stamping underneath, a little bit of inking around the page, and then I just made a pretty little, this actually has a little tuck in it. Isn't that, well, perfect timing for this very, very old handwritten letter, I believe in a different language. Yes, it is. Ich, oh, that sounds German. Whenever I see ich, I think German. Okay. All right, so yeah, it was written on some printed the Fountain Blue of January 19th, 1949. Very interesting. So you can make tucks on the back of journal cards. That's another thing you can do. Yeah, I know. There's so many options with tucks. So if you forgot about tucks for a while, maybe it's time to reintroduce the good old tuckaroo into your life. This is, it's not really a tuck, it's more of a flap. So I had a wide page and I folded it to fit in, and then I decorated it with butterflies. And now it has become a place to tuck something large. Technically it's a flap or a flip out, but I just wanted to show you how the tucking things in, the concept of the tuck, can be used in many different ways. So that's an option. You could paper clip this if you wish, but I think it actually holds it pretty well with the tightness of the journal. It'll be just fine. Okay. And where are we? The next one. Cruising right along. Here's another bottom corner tuck. I believe this is Floral Papers, the Digi-Kit. Not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure though. And just different things that you can tuck in here. Here's some old, here's a trustee's office receipt from 1894. And here is a 1943, your second instant file, 55, has something to do with yard clerk on duty in the bunkers. Okay. That's probably something from the war, I would imagine. 1943, fresh meat, Fort Worth. Okay, it's very interesting, these things. But very thin, fragile piece of paper. Didn't want to do too much to it other than tuck it into a nice little spot where it could be admired and noticed as somebody is coming along. So you can tuck on the left, you can tuck on the right, you can balance your tucks, you know, so that maybe you want everybody to have this side of your journal to write on, and they can just write here and all your tucks will be on this side, and this is the place for them to pull things out and explore it while they're getting inspired to write. Okay. And here is, we made this together before. It is a bag that has been turned into a cute little shirt. It's into a pocket, but the pocket itself has been turned into a tuck. I know. We can just keep going here with the tucks. This has some, I believe this is German again, beautiful handwriting in German. Lovely piece of paper from a long time ago. And it does make it very easy to put something large in a space like that. Okay, there you go. Now here is another very simple corner tuck. And I just put this is some handwriting of a child who's learning how to write. Kind of interesting there. And so you can tuck all sorts of different things if you don't want to cut up your ephemera, or maybe you're making handmade things to tuck in here that you want them to be easily removable and returnable, because sometimes when we make our little delicate things, let me just show you a little delicate thing. Here's a little delicate thing. Okay, it has maybe some edges and some roughness, and we don't want it to be like digging in there and getting stuck or getting hung up. We want smooth flow, easy in, easy out. Makes for a nice experience when you're going through a junk journal. If everything is jamming up, it's not as fun for, I don't think it's as fun for the experience. So you want to kind of, as you're going along, think about the person. Are they having a good time or not a good time getting the items in and out? We want to have it be exploratory and as struggle-free as possible. It's not always possible, but you can improve areas. Now this, I didn't put anything in because it's technically a pocket, so I'm not decorating, I'm not filling the pockets today. We're working on tucks. This is a three-sided glued. This is from Victorian Hats, I believe, you can put all sorts of things in here, very secure. That's for another day. Okay, so now here is a very simple page, a regular page, a coffee-dyed page, just folded. I like the way the edging shows up with there's extra coffee against the edge here. And I put just this beautiful little, I guess it's a receipt that somebody paid for something at the Dry Goods and Carpet Company in 1896. So they're good to go. They can go dance all over their carpet and life will be dandy because they paid their bill. How much was it? Let's just see. What does that say? $2.20. Oh yeah, it is. It is $2.24. You know, prices have really gone up. That's all I can say. It's very interesting to see what people paid for. I don't exactly know what that was for, but you know, it is interesting. It's a very interesting tour through history. Okay, so now this is an accordion fold, it's in a tuck in its essence, but you can accordion fold the paper and have a little pull tab if you want, or not, but that's another way that you can lightly tuck something in that is delicate. For example, this is an old paper from a little medical magazine. It has some interesting things that you can read about from those days. What's wrong with this guy's good? My, how my feet and ankles swell. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting things that you can add into a tuck. They're very easy to operate. And like I said, if you feel more secure putting a paper clip on here, you can totally do that. And that can be something fun for your explorer, we'll call them an explorer, to find along the way. That very much secures that. That's not going anywhere. And, or not, you don't have to. Here's one I just left blank. And where are we coming up in the end here? This one is another opposite corner, kitty corner one. And I just put something, the page is light, so I put something dark on the page and to contrast with everything here. Now I can certainly go in and decorate these pages up more. I can put things behind them. I can add more things into these tucks. They can certainly handle the strength of or the weight of adding more items in there. But it is a nice way to securely present your little book with all sorts of goodies in it. I like that little ruffly part at the top with stuff sticking out. And everything is contained well in the book, and it is okay if it spills over this way too. But generally, your tucks will contain things unless for some reason the thing is so big that it sticks out. But these things all get contained inside the tuck because they are being held inside. If you had a tuck here, you had a big piece here and it was sticking out here, that's cute too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do these many different ways. Now I wanted to show you, there was one I passed. Oh yeah, this is not a tuck, this is an upper pocket. Not that it matters, but what you are more restricted with is the width of what you can put in here. It can only be so wide. If it was just glued at the top, I could stick out a little bit on this side and I would have more breathing room. So tucks are not mandatory, they're just an option for something to put into your junk journals as you're going through and decorating them. And I just wanted to kind of hang out and show you a few fun things in relationship to that. So what did I come across recently? I came across some really cool old envelopes, and just the calligraphy on these is just beautiful. I just wanted to quickly show you some of them. And what else did I come across that I wanted to show you? Oh, I made it out to the thrift store the other day. I was so excited. It's been so long. And I got this thing. Maybe some of you have it at home already, but I've never worked with one. And I don't really know why I bought it. It was kind of one of those impulse buys. You know how it goes. Oh, here's a letter. Put that away. Here's another letter. Okay, see, that's how they come sometimes. All sorts of different old letters. Or envelopes. Very, very cool. So you just never know what you're going to find out there. But I found I found two things. This is just plain weird. Has anybody ever worked with one of these things? And does it work? Maybe we can try it together. I paid a whole $1 for it. I thought that was quite the deal. But it looks old. It looks like it's from the, I don't know, like it's got to be from the 90s or 80s or something. It's a compact stamp press. Okay, and it's made by Fiskar, so it sounds all official and everything. But basically, it's a plastic plate with spongy feet. Okay, so I'm going to now demonstrate. I have not watched a video on this, but I'm going to see if this thing works. Pick up a flat surface. Let me get a piece of paper, and we will stamp and see if this thing actually works. All right, here's a piece of paper. That's something. Okay, so now I'm wondering, I think the idea is you're supposed to put the stamp under here and you go like that and everything should be dandy. So we're going to do it two different ways. For some reason it's putting the sponge in the posts as opposed to the sponge underneath, but we'll try it both ways. I just want to see. And we'll try a silicone stamp and we'll try a rubber stamp with a thing and we'll just see what we get. How about that? All right, let me just get like some kind of weird silicone stamp here. I gotta go digging. Hang on. Okay, here's a butterfly. And here, what are you? Okay, we have no idea. Some kind of flower thing. Okay, let's try these two. These are different thicknesses, so I think I'm gonna have to do them at different times. Okay, yeah. This is probably way more complicated than life needs to be, and this is probably why it ended up at the thrift store. Okay, so let's zoom in nice and close so you can see. All right, sorry for the glare. All right, so here's my silicone stamp. Never my favorite because they kind of glue together, but let's just see what happens to you. Okay, put you there. I'm going to take I'm going to what? Distress oxide in broken china. I should probably do that on my hand. So there's some areas that are not getting it. You see that? But you can on your hand, you can kind of mold it around. There's probably devices for this. I know. I keep proving to myself you really don't need all these devices. You just need some basics. All right, but I'm gonna learn for everybody here today. See how this goes. Anybody have one of these? Has anybody ever heard of this thing? I've never heard of it. Okay, here we go. Hope it stays. All right, ready? And we're stamping. Okay, ready? And oh, it fell off. Oh well, let's just push it down. Maybe you don't have to stick it to the back. Maybe you just lay it on your paper and then this comes down and pushes. Am I done? I don't know. Oh, it's stuck now. Nah, not so good. All right, so that was, I guess I'm going to call that a 50%er. And I could probably have done that better myself on my own. Let's just see. I'm going to take this. Here comes the be-all, end-all. What not to buy. All right, let me just put some ink on there. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna do it myself, the old-fashioned way. Here we go. Okay, this pushing. There, lifting. Oh, much better. All right, you tell me which one's better. Okay, got a little over-stamping there. Yeah, I can see why it ended up at the thrift store. Okay, so let's try this fatter one. Maybe it has to be fatter to work. I don't know. What is this? Some kind of flower thing. Do you think I have to stick it? I feel like I need to stick it there for some reason. Okay, let me ink it. Oh yeah, this one's really picking up the ink. So if it doesn't stamp, then this thing is, you know, going back to the thrift store. Okay, here we go. All right, okay, stick it down. It's probably gonna fall off. All right, here we go. And there. Do you push hard? Do you just let it go? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so it seems to have some weakness in the center of the stamp. That could be user error. It could just be user error. It's probably user error. Let me try putting some more. Okay. I can bend this one, so swiping seems to work better than just tapping. Okay, here we go. Pam will do this on her own. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that looks good. Yeah, I think I'm sticking with myself. Okay, maybe a little. I was going to hit it one more time down there with my hand, but you know, it came up with my hand. So now then there's putting something soft underneath, like you can get foam, or you can put like foam sheets. You know those foam sheets? They work pretty good. Let's try the foam. Let's see if that repairs the center problem. We're just curious today. We're just playing. Okay, who knows? This thing's gonna be out the door pretty soon. I have a funny feeling. Okay, let me put some more. This is your last chance. This is it. Go big or go home here. Fiskar compact stamp press 1, 2. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2. I'm on the foam. 3. Okay, now give it a good push in the center too, so it can't complain. Okay, now let's check that. Oh yeah, not bad. Okay, I got the center better. It took the center, didn't quite get it there, but it got very nice in the center. Probably better stamp than my stamp. So maybe you need to have something underneath. So it's just like you got to have foam. I guess that's what it is. You have to have some kind of soft landing, whether it's here. Maybe I'm using this completely wrong. Probably. No instructions came with it. But there is a woman pushing down. So that's why I'm pushing down because she did. That's right. Okay, so let's try this again. Should we give the butterfly one more try? Or, you know, there's one thing. Was there something else I was going to try? I think that's it. Let me try this one more time. I'm going to give this one more time. We get some good, this is good inkerage. Okay, I tried the cushy. This is like something I got in packaging. It's like soft, that kind of stuff. But now let's try this is a foam sheet. Put that underneath. I was having good success with that, and I kind of forgot about it and got lazy. It happens. It happens. All right, put it down. Do I have the foam sheet? Yeah, I'm on the foam sheet. Okay. Keep putting this. Oh, no, the other rope's there. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Putting it down. And we're down. Okay, what's happening? Anybody know? Want to take a guess? I think it's going to be good. Okay. Meh. Okay, so you be the judge. Which one do you think? Foam underneath, me pushing with my hands, or me trying to stick it to the thing and then smashing it down. I think that's what I did. Foam underneath, so some kind of cush underneath in this experiment seems to be working well. So this page is so pretty. I just have to keep it for something. Is that a pretty page? Yeah, we can cut these out individually. Oh, we could make side tucks, things like that. Little corner tucks. Oh, that would be so pretty. Yeah, but there you go. Okay, so just a quickie today. And I just wanted to show you a few fun things that you could do with your tucks. And remember, you don't have to use DigiKits. You can certainly use anything at all to make a tuck out of, and there's lots of ideas out there, so don't think you can't think of anything. I mean, you can use these are old vocabulary cards that haven't been used yet. Here's an old Coca-Cola card, which would make a really cute corner tuck, and vocabulary cards, they would make very cute corner tucks. So coffee dyed these, that's why they look sort of funky. And so there you go. So lots of fun to be had. And so I hope you're having fun out there with your tucks and things like that. And don't be afraid to tuck away. So there you go. Thank you for everybody who has been here. And for those of you who are new, let's see, any updates? Do I have any updates? I think I've told you about my new signature DigiKits. They are designed to be like the thin, I think I have some in here actually. Oh, here's one. This is from Butterfly Oasis, and they're designed to be printed out on regular copy paper on front and back so that they give you some prettiness. And you can use these, you can write over these easily, but you can also decorate them, or you could cut out the pretty images if you wanted to use them elsewhere. But it does give you several options. And so that's new, and I think that's pretty much it. I think I've updated you everything that is going along. So my videos, they come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time, if you haven't heard. And my podcasts, they come out Tuesdays and Thursdays, and my podcasts are audio. They have topics such as junk journal making, paper crafting, life of a crafter, and answering your crafted questions here from YouTube. And I also put out some video podcasts. I salt and pepper those in throughout the week. They will show up on Spotify, and you can watch them, or you can listen to the audio on the regular podcast platforms. What else? Oh, my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for my free monthly emailed newsletter, make sure you do that. Why? Because you're going to get a digital image emailed to you every month that you can use in your artwork. You just download it and print it out at home. I put one image in multiple sizes on one page, so you can use it in many different ways in your art creations. And you also get junk journal tips, a note from the bookmaker, which explains what a junk journal is and how to use it. And you can print that out. It comes in Word or PDF. And you can change the word or the fonts or the size, anything you like, make it your own, or you can use it as is with my blessing. And well, it'll have your blessing on it as opposed to mine. And let's see, what else? There's also, I've added the page list ideas list to the newsletter. A lot of you have asked for that list, so I decided to make it give it a permanent home near the bottom of every newsletter. So you're going to find a freebie section at the bottom of every newsletter where you can have your digital image, the note from the bookmaker, a checklist of supplies, and now the page list of ideas. So there you go. And what else? I have an Etsy shop where you can occasionally find a junk journal when I have completed one, or you might find junk journal bundles, which can be anything from big things to small journals, writing journals, or big chunky monkeys. Actually, you just never know what's coming. And what else? We have FUNDLEs, which are collections of interesting old papers. So if you would love to see or feel what it's like to actually hold and crinkle and smell and read the history from the past as it truly was, I make these things called FUNDLEs, which are collections of old papers, ledgers, checks, receipts, things like that. And I'll show you one. This is actually one of the ones I created for myself a long time ago. This is where the idea came from. This is not what yours will look like, but this is I used just a regular Ziploc bag, and I would shove random things in here, and I would go around and I would collect like one piece from here, one piece from this, one piece from that, until I had this nice random something or other that I could pull from, so I could have different things to put in the journals. And I thought, am I the only person who would like something like that? Can somebody please do this for me? So I decided to become that person. And I decided to make these collections called FUNDLEs, and now I sell them on my Etsy shop, and there's 100 pieces in each, and I priority mail those to you. And what else we have? We have in my Etsy shop, the FUNDLEs, and I think I have a print and mail service. So I also sell digikits, vintage digikits. So if you want to have collections of pictures, images that you can print out at home, I sell these products called digikits, and they are printable downloads, and you can save them and use them as many times as you want in your artwork. And they come in themes like birds and Victorian and celestial and nature and botanical and all these wonderful different themes. And there's like 150 of them now about. And so you can have a lot of fun looking through and see what might tickle your fancy. There's baking and sewing and tea time and just a lot of Victorian hats and Victorian flowers, a lot of pictures from Victorian times. Beautiful old images. And also I have an Amazon shop if you're interested in favorite tools or supplies. If you see me use something in these videos, I do try and put links to it in my Amazon shop. And I have 4 sections in there now. One is favorite tools and supplies. Another one is books. So if you're looking for interesting books to use in your junk journals, such as field guides or Edith Holden or something like that, I try and put a big database there for you. So you can either go there for a reference to find it somewhere else. You can find used, you can find new, you can find all sorts of options. But I do recommend you look everywhere because prices do vary out there in the world quite a bit. And what else? Amazon shop. Craft storage and Sunny's favorites. Sunny is my little Maltese pup. He's sleeping with Dad right now, so I think I'm just going to let them be. You know what I mean? Sleeping dogs lie, let them be. Yes, not that my husband's a dog, but they're so comfy. I don't want to disturb them. And we have a Facebook group. Come and join our Facebook group. We're doing weekly and monthly challenges, a lot of fun. We're doing the 1, 2, 3, go challenge right now. It's you get 3 items and just go. Let's see what you make from it. A lot of fun. I suggest the items for you. If you want to use other items, that's fine. And if you also want to do older challenges, you're welcome to do that as well. And you're also welcome to lurk. And I love seeing what you guys make from these videos and inspire the rest of us with all your ideas. So thank you very much. And let's see, all my links are in the drop-down description box below. If you're on the phone, just touch the title and that should open up the description box. You can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok even, and also I have a new link on there called Linktree, and if you want to find all my links to all the different things that I do, click on the thing that says Linktree. And that will open up all the different things. I also have a merchandise shop, so if you're interested in a cool zipped hoodie or something that says "Create with Reckless Abandon" on it, like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or a tote, you can find it there in my merchandise shop. The link is down below. And also remember, most of all, that fun can be simple. And create with reckless abandon, everybody. There you go. Have fun, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.